Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here at Indigo Moon. You know, when you feel that something is coming on or change is near, sometimes you might make certain choices. Now, I know I'm trying to think what month, I believe it was October. For some reason, I felt like I needed a change, and I needed a change of environment. So I packed my car up and I drove to Canada. And I was in Jersey, and I said, I just need a change. I need to get to the ashram. So I packed my car up and I drove. Now, it was a 12-hour drive, and I didn't care because sometimes when you're driving, you're allowing yourself, sometimes you listen to music and sometimes you just drive and you just explore the areas that you're driving through. You enjoy the climate, you enjoy the scenery, you enjoy and you take in what God is trying to give you. Sometimes you'll turn the radio on and music will play and it'll be a message to you through the words that they're using in song. Sometimes you're just listening to silence and the ideas are coming to you based upon what God is giving. So I remember going through Maine and I got tired, so I had to pull over. And I went into the University of Maine and just relaxed a little bit because it was a nice scenery. The kids were out there, walking and studying. I wanted to go into their library, but to be honest with you, I knew I had to drive ahead of me. So even though I wanted to explore their library, I said, okay, I'm going to take a little nap and then just keep it moving. So I got back in the car after taking a stretch and getting some water and going to the loo. And then I drove. And I went through the Canadian stop off where they ask you questions. And of course, they took my pepper spray. And they said, you will not need this here. And I didn't. So I continued to drive in. When I drove and I got to the ashram, I enjoyed the mountain water. I enjoyed everything. What I enjoyed most is after getting a nap in a shower, I went for yoga. And at the time I was not as familiar with yoga as I am now. And they had me do a headstand the first time. And I couldn't believe I could do it because it's not even something I'd ever explored, which teaches us something else. Again, you can explore new things and realize that you know how to do these things, but you've not tried them. So you didn't know because you never tried them. But throughout this experience, I really didn't want to leave, but I knew I had to get ready for work on Monday, so I knew I could not stay. But while there, I had vegetarian food. This is the first time I had potato with nothing but sea salt on it. The potato was so delicious because they grew the potatoes on the premises. And I'd never had a fresh potato that came out of the ground in the area that I was in. I enjoyed the ashram because it was peaceful. Everyone participates in, learning and growing. While you're there, you help in the cleaning process because everyone does. And of course, there are different verbiage, different words for different things. I'm not going to get into that today. But the good thing is when you're trying to restart, it's always good to go to an ashram where you're going to get vegetarian food. You're going to cleanse your body through that vegetarian food, fresh water, and you're going to enjoy the environment, interacting with new people. People all over the world go to the ashrams, and it's a peaceful environment. So when you want to restart, you never know where the average person might go. I think for a fresh start, the ashram might be a great start because you're going to get to learn the basics in yoga. You're going to be able to explore their library, or should I say even their bookstore. It has a great deal of different things in it. You never know. Everyone's experience will be different, but I enjoyed it. And I even enjoyed them teaching me how to garden. And working with the guy in the cafeteria, Ben Kenobi is what I called him. His name was Ben. And he was from the Caribbean islands, and he showed me certain basic things in the kitchen that they do in the islands. So if you run out of ideas and you want to go to a place that is very peaceful, you might try the ashram. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Indigo Moon. You have a lovely day.